Hello everyone, welcome to our Law Excellence's unique initiative, Current Affairs for Beginners. Let's start our today's session. First we'll see what are the answers for the questions from yesterday's video. The first question is, consider the following statements regarding core buffer strategy. Core area has the legal status of a national park. This statement is correct. The second one is, buffer area is freed from all human activities. This statement is wrong because in this area, limited human activities were allowed, like limited recreation, tourism, fishing, grazing, and research and educational activities were also allowed. The human activities which were not affecting the ecological diversity were allowed in this region. So the answer here is only 1. The second question is, consider the following statements. The President cannot declare national emergency even before the actual occurrence of war or external aggression. This statement is wrong because President can declare national emergency even before the actual occurrence of war or external aggression. As per the Constitution, the third ground for the proclamation of national emergency is armed rebellion. This statement is correct. The other two grounds were war. The second one is external aggression. This third ground was added by 44th Amendment Act of 1978 and it is used to be known as initially as internal disturbances. So here the question is, which of the following statements are incorrect statements? So as the second statement is correct and the first statement is wrong, so the answer here is only 1. The first statement is wrong. In our today's session, our first article is, Centre may scrap UGC and proposes new regulator. We'll see what is this University Grants Commission and its functions. The University Grants Commission was initially formed in 1946 in order to look after the work of 3 central universities of Aligarh, Banaras and Delhi. Whereas in 1947, this commission was given the responsibility to look after all the existing universities in India. Not only these 3 but all other existing universities in the country. After independence, a commission called University Education Commission was set up under the chairmanship of S. Radhakrishnan, who recommended that this existing University Grants Commission has to be reconstituted on lines with the University Grants Commission of United Kingdom. Though this University Grants Commission was inaugurated by the then Minister of Education Abul Kalam Azad in 1953, but it was formally established in 1956 by an Act of Parliament as a statutory body. Major functions of this University Grants Commission was to provide funds to various higher educational institutions and to coordinate and to determine what are the standards that has to be maintained in the higher educational institutions, and this will serve as an advisory body to both central and state governments for improving the university education. And it will monitor how the grants were being dispersed to the universities and colleges, and it will also determine and maintain standards for teaching, examinations and research in universities. Now the government has decided to replace this with Higher Education Commission of India. So what is going to differ now? Previously, the University Grants Commission will only use to give grants to, the funds to the universities and colleges, but now this Higher Education Commission of India will only look after the quality assessment, but the dispersal of grants will be taken over by the Ministry of Human Resources and Development. This is going to be the difference here. Our next article is ICSSR's new vision, make research relevant to policy. What is this ICSSR? Indian Council of Social Science Research was established by the Government of India in order to promote research in social sciences in the country. The main function of this ICSSR is to advise the Government of India on all the matters that were related to social science research and to promote social science research and its utilization. From the prelims point of view, it is important to know what is this ICSSR and what is its vision document. It is IMPRESS. The Impactful Policy Research in Social Sciences is its vision document by ICSSR. Our next article is Ujjwala Revolution. What is this Ujjwala Yojana? Ujjwala Yojana was launched in 2016 with a tagline of Swachh Indhan Behtar Jeevan. It is important to know even the taglines for prelims, which means cleaner fuel, better life. The scheme was launched with a motive to provide free of cost LPG, that is the cooking gas connections, to all the women from BPL households, that is below poverty line households. The motive of this scheme is to empower women and also to protect their health by shifting them from the traditional cooking methods using unclean cooking fuels or fossil fuels, which are the main source for indoor air pollution that causes serious health effects like lung cancer, respiratory illnesses to the children, and various other non-communicable diseases like heart strokes. For these reasons, the government has decided to shift them from these traditional cooking methods using fossil fuels to clean cooking gas. And this scheme was being implemented by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. And this is the first welfare scheme that was being implemented by this Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Encouraging mediation to settle disputes. In this article, we can see there is a mention of United Nations Commission on International Trade Law. This is a legal body of United Nations in the field of international trade law. The main business of this commission is to modernize and harmonize the international trade rules. India is one of the founding members of this commission, and it is one among the 8 countries which were being members of this commission since its commencement. At present, this commission has membership of 60 states that were selected from the members of United Nations for a term of 6 years. And recently, India has got re-elected for a term of another 6 years in 2015 from 2016 to 2022. Our next article is US postpones 2x2 dialogue with India. What is this 2x2 dialogue? This was a new dialogue format that was agreed between US and India, replacing the earlier India-US strategic and commercial dialogue. This dialogue will enhance the coordination and strategic consultations between both the countries in order to maintain peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. The core objective of this dialogue is to raise defense and security issues to the forefront between India and USA. And the shared priorities in this dialogue were job creation, improving the business and investment climate, and to have a sustained rule-based global order. The next article is reality check. In this article, there is a word called recapitalization. Recapitalization of banks means adding capital to the public sector banks by the government. When a particular bank or banks were suffering with bad loans or credit crunch, this is NPS, credit crunch, then the government, who is also a stakeholder in the bank, can help these banks by providing capital, which will increase the lending capacity of banks, that will ultimately result in boosting the economy by improving the investment sector. And in this article, there is mention of a report called Financial Stability Report that was released by Reserve Bank of India. From prelims point of view, it is very important to note down whenever a report appears in the paper and who has released that report. Here, the Financial Stability Report is a biannual publication by Reserve Bank of India that reflects the overall assessment on the stability of India's financial system. This report discusses about to what extent India was resilient to the risks that were arising from global and domestic factors, and it will also discuss various issues that were related to development and regulation of the financial sector of India. Now let's see the today's questions. Which of the following institutions release the Financial Stability Report? World Trade Organization, Reserve Bank of India, Security Exchange Board of India, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. The second question is, consider the following statements regarding Ujjwala Yojana. This is the first welfare scheme implemented by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, and the scheme's motive is to provide free of cost LPG connections to every household. Try to answer these questions and post them in the comment box, and the answers for these questions will be explained in detail in tomorrow's video. Thank you.